Okay, folks, it's Babbage and Air. We're back. We are waiting for stuff to cure. Almost there. Another day, I think. Another 2 days. Considered going down right away, but we could also food. Hey, Roller. Hey, thanks for the hydrate. I was just thinking I need to drink something. Avi had a lucky day. Lucky in what way? Do you get a lucky moose kill? Now we're all curious. Okay, so oh, we broke 500 days on Keg Stand. That is impressive. I think we originally thought we were going to go down right away, but I think we're going to wait. I'm so close here. So what do we got? We got no fishing tackle left. We do have some arrows. We can go hunt rabbits. Yeah, another day spent wondering whether or not I am going to make the right decision tomorrow about my housing. I have a choice between living basically on campus, but being saddled with a mandatory meal plan, which basically means I have to eat whatever they serve for breakfast and dinner. Or to continue hunting for a place off campus. Which would be slightly cheaper. No, we're off a little bit. Nope. Nope, too long. Nope. Just a chance. Nope, missed him. There we go. Nope, missed him. Yeah, I know. It's like I was explaining to someone that the problem is that cooking is part of my stress relief. You take that away, it makes me sad. Yeah, we got that one too. So, do I take the convenience of being on campus and the no-brainer, well, not the no-brainer, the life where I don't worry about cooking, and I participate in this communal experiment with people who are engaged in interdisciplinary work? It is kind of an honors college, so to speak. So there's a little bit of prestige for being invited to be there, but Whoa, Tina Bug, welcome in. Let's give a shout out to Tina. Welcome in, Raiders. If you're new to this channel,
I'm not an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm not an ambivert. I'm a pervert. Oh, I just saw it. I'm sorry. I just saw this reel today where this girl comes in and she's got pop-ups. She goes, am I an extrovert? No. Am I an introvert? No. Am I an ambivert? No. I'm a pervert. I was just like, oh my god. and Carla's always calling me a pervert. When Jen said that, that's all I could think of is her cheerleading in her mind that she's not it.
Very professional, Tina. Very professional. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm Babbaginator. I stream The Long Dark most evenings, and I am a Canadian streamer based in Vancouver, BC, where I'm currently doing a Master's in Library and Information Science. But I'm also a writer, a former computer games programmer, and a all-around geek. Play a lot of D&D. Read a lot of... Well, I used to read more fantasy. I haven't actually read as much fantasy in recent years. I'm busy with other stuff. Okay. Oh, Weevil. You bear no resemblance to the other Weevil that we know and love. Right, yeah. That's just an evil twin. No relation. This one's still got meat on him. So, yeah, if you are new to this channel here, we should introduce you. This is a little bit about me. Bio. And then if you're interested about this ridiculous challenge we're currently doing, you know nothing. You know nothing. We actually know nothing. We know very little about our current custom settings because we randomized them, punched them into the game, saved out the custom codes, and then put them into a second randomizer so that we got one of the random codes, and we don't know. We don't know what we got. We're just figuring it out as we go. So thus far, we figured out that I have no wolves whatsoever in the world. Let's see what else I figured out here. We'll finish cleaning up this rabbit and then. But yeah, feel free to play around with that generator if you want to give this a try. Okay, so yeah, let's see here. Where do we have it? We have it in here. So far we figured out there are no wolves. Wildlife is probably passive. We definitely started with a high baseline resource. So there's a lot of good loot around. Fishing seemed to be really successful when we tried it last stream. So we think high fishing. Medium starting gear. We didn't come fully geared out, but it was pretty good. No birch bark tea for recovery. And bears seem to be low. We've only seen one bear so far. So yeah. And the main goal is to survive 50 days and figure out the settings. And hopefully cure and craft a bow and some arrows. And then the last thing I probably should say is we need to exit. We have to make it to an exit location, which is usually defined as being like a region that is the opposite side from us. So for instance, for us, that's probably going to be exit in Forsaken Airfield, because we spawned in Pleasant Valley. So It seems like a good. Because I get bored and I want to try something new. And like, what if I have no idea what I'm doing? It's like, yeah. There is one of the save codes that's in the random list includes one with no deer and no rabbits. That's going to be hard. It's like, all right. So let's see what we got. We want to. We got lots of matches. We're not concerned about that. We've got some more fuel here. No, I've not done a 500-day run yet because I always get bored. I want to do something else before I get to the 500 days. So that's why I keep creating these weird challenges for myself. Because I find the first 50 days the most interesting. I'll be honest. The first 50 days, the most interesting part of the run. Like, the longest I've gone is like over 300 days, I think. And that was for a roll with it. Right? We got our infamous roll with it challenge. And let's see, where's the numbers on that? Yeah, 303 is our longest run. So and that one technically is still alive. Okay. Oh, we still got a little bit of this left over. Not creepy at all. Not creepy at all. Nine. This one already took the guts out. This one, we want to take the guts out. Oh, wait a sec. These guys are cooked. Do we really need more rabbit hinds? We've got like 7 of them already. So it is very strange to play in a game, like to play a run where you see no wolves ever. We don't know about the Timberwolf yet. It's possible that Timberwolves exist, but there's no actual wolves, regular wolves. So it leads us to do crazy things like wander through Ash Canyon loaded up with meat and not worry about wolves. 60, 88, 74. We need to do anything else? We got these guys to do. Am I ready for the cougar? Oh, I just remember we need to do a shout out for Weevil. There you go, Weevil. No clip? No clip. No more clips, huh? Yeah, we still have lots of food left here. Look at all our maple syrup we got from the summit. Like so many pieces of... So many, like... Check this out. This makes me like a Canadian millionaire. I have so much maple syrup. All from the summit. Oh, we forgot. We want to pull some more torches. I'm not torches, I'm gonna get some new arrows. Okay. Yeah, these are 6 arrowheads we just picked up from broken arrows that we found. And then we have, I think, 1 real arrow, 1 bow that we found. We haven't had a chance to forge yet, so... Yep. And then we have 2 flare guns now. And 15 shells. I mean, if we ever find a bear, we can light them up. We got 1 working arrow, but we might save it for a bear, if we ever see a bear. Okay, I just want to get some of these guys cured up so that we can actually make some real arrows. Okay. Still early. What else can we do? Yeah, we still have to finish these. So yeah, how many rabbits have we killed now? Two rabbits. We killed 2 rabbits. We are officially... Prior to this, we were just killing ptarmigans, so we've now moved on to killing rabbits. We've graduated in our killing tendencies. Until the guts cure, we can't actually make any clothing. But yeah, gear-wise, look at us. Look at us all geared out. We're at plus 33 now. We can sleep without a fire in here. Pick up some more sticks. Got one arrow. Save it for the bear. Yeah, only a couple weeks left, and then I back to class. I have one summer class to take. And the funny thing is, it's Intro to Python, and I've been teaching myself Python this summer, so I'll probably won't learn very much. But it checks a box and moves me closer to graduation, so. Given how short the summer terms are, it's actually not bad to have an easy class. I was thinking about petitioning to take another class, and then I realized, so I was looking at a creative writing for video games class, and then I looked at the course description, and I realized it was the class that I know someone who's faculty at the creative writing department, and she had mentioned that she had a colleague, someone else who's teaching in the department, who might be looking for someone who has a background in Twine games, writing for Twine, to come speak to his class. And like, I've been writing Twine games. I've got a lot of half-finished or three-quarter finished projects, and maybe like one or two finished ones. And so I don't know if I'm at the level of like industry experience. Well, not really industry, but like completion experience. But then again, I'm also creative writer, published author, you know, so might be an interesting guess. Anyways, she had said, oh, I have someone who is interested in possibly having you visit the class. And then I realized the class I was looking at taking would be the class I would visit. I was like, then maybe not. Maybe it's, maybe I shouldn't take that class. It's a weird situation to be in when you simultaneously want to fill your credit hours, and then you also realize because of your own professional experience, you are in the category of also being a guest speaker or guest lecturer for the very class that you would consider signing up for. That's a weird problem to have. Hey. It's the same reason why I can't take any classes in the English department. Although there are occasional classes I'd love to sit in on. With a PhD already in English literature, I'm more of a peer to the instructor than I am a potential student for the class. And people would say, well, why are you taking the class if you already have a PhD in this field? Right? So. So that doesn't leave me with a lot of options other than finding more classes within the department or hoping that there's something that shows up in a different department altogether that's open for me to take. Like I almost took a Asian Studies class for the summer, but then I got into the Python class, so it's like, this will be better. This will formalize whatever like self-directed study I've been doing. Hey, thanks for the follow, House. Welcome in. Feel free to make yourself at home. Pull up a seat. I don't know what to offer you. We have a variety of redeems. Some of them weirder than others. Some of them involving me making cat noises or other animal noises. Most of those are now recorded and you can redeem them on your own time. But yeah. Yeah, look at us. We're wandering around, biding our time, hoping for some sort of break here. Sticks are life. They are. So, House, if you missed the introduction earlier, we're currently doing a challenge in which I have no idea what the custom settings are, because we used my random custom setting generator and built a list of codes, and then we randomly chose from those. So all we know right now, so far, is that there are no wolves. Wildlife seems to be passive. We have a high baseline resource level. We have probably high fishing, fish spawn, medium starting gear, no birch bark tea recovery, and bears seem to be low. We've only seen one in all the places we've been to. So. Yeah, no wolves is kind of a strange experience. I'm so used to like having to deal with wolves, and wolves are actually really useful in terms of leveling up your archery, because they're the one prey that you know that they're going to run straight towards the, well, most of the time, straight towards you, making them easy to pick off. Okay. Do, 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 do. So someone asked what my thoughts are about the cougar. I don't know if I'm ready for the cougar yet. I know that the existence of the cougar will dramatically change my roll with it challenge. Since on that challenge you can potentially stay up to 20 days in a region. And that unfortunately means that the cougar will show up. So, yeah. Okay, these will be ready in the morning. A little bit of meat, a little bit of fish. Okay. Nothing we can really do right now until things finish curing. Oh, no worries, Tina. Totally get it. Usually that's me. I raid someone and then I'm barely conscious for about 15-20 minutes and then finally realize I need to sign off and go to bed. Okay. What do we got here? Still not ready to go sleep yet. Yeah, I have to be up early tomorrow. I'm hosting a international Zoom meetup for some writers, part of a writing group I'm in. So I have to be up at 7:15 a.m. because everyone else is in a completely different time zone in the UK or EU or Asia. Best we could do. Okay, we'll wait for a couple more hours. We are not tired at all. This is going to be a long night. Oh yeah. We're going to get interrupted pretty quickly. $99. Almost there.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, didn't sleep at all. Okay, guts are still curing.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, let's see. 74. Okay, we got our 7 arrows now.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Mostly cured. Not quite. These guys are cured now too. These are almost ready. Okay, so we're set. We've got our fire heron arrows. We've got plenty of arrow shafts. Just need to do some forging. That's a lot of stems, huh? But I guess it's good since we don't have birch bark that works, so. Do we need 3 fire strikers? Probably not. We have so many arrows. I mean, so many matches. I don't think we need. Carry them all. We've got a 93 fire striker, and that's probably going to be plenty. We'll keep the second one for now. We'll probably downsize again. Eating vegetarian. So now we're not down to 1 arrow. We can go hunt that deer. don't think we really have a... Well, we got 15 sticks. Yeah, broke it. Well, our ridiculous clothing is saving the day. Almost. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I think we're almost ready to head down. I think as soon as we have the bow ready to go, make a couple backup bows. And we'll descend. 96. One cured, two cured. These are almost there. Not quite. Not quite.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, rabbit skin. Had 2, 1.5 versus mitts 2, 2. It's actually a little bit better. Okay, so it can go on either side. But this has to... So I think if we go with the rabbit hat, the rabbit hat's better than balaclava. Oops, wrong one. So we can make the hat, and then we'd have enough to make a bow. Gotta feed ourselves, Astrid. It's about the same. Looks more stylish though. Oh, there should be a dead deer out there somewhere when the wind dies down. Oh, did I shoot him with... I shot him with a fire arrow. No wonder it broke. I didn't kill the deer. Shot him with the wrong arrow.
Come on, little fire. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
First hour in, starting to get a little sleepy. Okay, sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Got a half an hour at least to go. Don't mess up. Middle of the day. Not quite cured. This one's cured. This one's cured. This one's cured. Those won't be cured. These ones are fine. All this stuff is too. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Sleepy. Focus, focus, focus. 7280. Let's see. I think I'm going to take a short bio break. I'll be back. I just want to stretch a little bit. So give me a few minutes and I'll be back. Hey, back. These are so close. We're almost going to make a bow before we go. Hey, Psychotic Deer, good to see you. Yeah, I know, it's coming quickly. All that excitement. Try this again. This time we'll remember to switch out to the good arrows. Straight into misery mode. Wow, no messing around. Straight into punishment time. Oh, you're in the middle of the heat wave. Yeah. It's about normal weather right now for us. Got rabbits here. Oh, missed him. We got one of those. Yeah, I'll take this deer down first. Hey, no worries. We're just hanging out here on Crystal Lake. Chopping up deer. Trying to level up our cooking. I don't even think we need a hide. Oh, actually, no, we do need hides for making a travois. At some point, we'll want a travois.
Barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Yay.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer. It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
No, amazingly, we can carry everything. I don't think we have enough firewood at the moment, so I'll just leave these behind right now. Okay. Maple syrup galore. Yeah, we don't need to make a wolf coat. Although we probably want to make a wolf coat just to show that we could make a wolf coat as an artifact. Because there are no wolves in the game, so yeah. Guess we're still committed to that. How much longer do we want to stay here? We've got a lot of stuff. How are we doing for cooking? Cooking 3. We still have a long ways to go. We want sticks. Firewood. Let's just chop up everything we find.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, did we get to... No, we're not at Fire Starting 3 yet. Okay. Time to do some more cooking.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Perfect.
Okay. Let's throw an extra one on fire. Oops.
Come on, little fire.
Yeah.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Hey G, thanks for all the redeems. Hydrate. Cheers. And Baba walk, 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 walk. And a stretch. Using all your soup cans, I see. And a poem. Okay. Let's do the poem. Okay, let's see what we're going to read tonight. Do random. Okay. So this is from my second book of poetry, Babbage's Dream. Focus, there we are. Babbage's Dream from Sundress Publications, published in 2017. This is a book that revolves around the history of computers, the life of Charles Babbage, 19th century mathematician and computer pioneer, and artificial intelligence and programming, modern programming spaces and programming languages. Okay. This poem is entitled Babbage Sending Messages to Ada, Now Gone, 1852. The Babbage here refers to Charles Babbage, where I take my own stream name from. Babbage Nader is a nod towards Babbage. Ada here refers to Ada Lovelace, who is generally regarded as the first programmer. She worked with Babbage and was the person who first put down in print, in publication, the formulation of a complete algorithm that could be run on a machine. Granted, that was largely as a collaboration between the two, but she brought a lot of other insights into the world of computer programming, into the possibilities and limitations of what computers might do, and imagining that that the machine, ultimately a programmable computer, could be used not just to calculate, but also to create art, music, and literature. So her vision was even broader than what Babbage had imagined. I'll go into more of the behind the scenes afterwards, but basically you should know that... Oh, and we just got raided. Welcome in, Dragoness. You're catching us in a poetry break. I'm reading a poem from my second book of poetry by request. Then we'll pop back to TLD. So let me give you a shout out. Well, we'll shout you out as soon as I finish the reading. So we're just going to read a poem. This is a poem called Babbage Sending Messages to Ada, Now Gone, 1852. It's a reference to Charles Babbage, 19th century mathematician and computer pioneer. He designed, partially built, but never finished the first computer. Ada is a reference to Ada Lovelace, who's largely credited as the first computer programmer for her contributions in writing down and describing an algorithm that could be run on Babbage's computer, Babbage's analytical engine. And the tragedy here, of course, which is hinted at, is that Ada, despite the fact that she was considerably younger than Babbage, tragically dies in her 30s at a very early age. And so this is a poem about that loss of their partnership and friendship due to that. Babbage Sending Messages to Ada, Now Gone, 1852. In the dim streets below, something dark eats away at the light, consuming the gas lamps on every corner one by one, like a cancer, till nothing is left but absence and your lone beacon set in the upper window, a clockwork curiosity you built last year to signal the masses thronging their ways home from the Crystal Palace and the Great Exhibition. The world gathered under a glass sky and a mechanical earth, a sea churning with countless eyes, each turned to an imagined future, and your staccato flare, a repeated message, a pulse of numbers, depths, wind changes, a code for passers-by to struggle through, like a recurring cough from a worn body, or the stubborn throb of pain below the belly that her doctors could not decipher except in long and short periods of blood and oblivion. This year you shine the light again, pointed above the invisible barrier that divides the living from the dead, and let your grief burn in all its stuttering failure. You close your eyes and the world is gone, forgotten, but her voice lingers in the turning of gears, a loose horse whinnying in the darkened streets, the oil-black cloud shuttling across the sky in some wild and unknown pattern. So now the behind the poem. So some of what the poem is referencing, and I usually include endnotes in my books because I feel like when there's a lot of deep historical reference, then it might be nice, but you don't have to have it. But I'll read you sort of the endnote here to give you a gist of what's happening. Babbage sending messages to Ada Now Gone, 1852, imagines Babbage at his upper window in late fall, days after Ada Lovelace's death from bloodletting, a failed attempt to treat her uterine cancer. The signaling light he operates in the poem is the prototype for the occulting lights he developed just prior to the 1851 Great Exhibition and used to bewilder those returning from the exhibition. The occulting lights relied on colored lenses and different patterns of obscuring the cast light to communicate coded messages. This is actually a system he developed that was later adopted by lighthouses and ships at sea to communicate complex information over long distances. And would later be adapted by navies and lighthouses around the world. Throughout the exhibition, Babbage left a box outside his residence for passers-by to leave their guesses as to the meaning of the evening's message. So I kind of bring these two things together. Babbage sending coded messages like the year after, or like within days of Ada's passing, and think about what that would be like. The accounts that we have suggest that there was never any romantic thing between the two of them. There was a significant age gap. If anything, Babbage looked initially at Ada as basically a daughter of sorts, because she was the same age as his own daughter, and he lost his daughter tragically to a fever epidemic. And so for him, I think there was initially, there's like a daughter-sized hole in his life that she steps into, but very quickly as they talk, he realizes how incredibly intelligent she is and how she's probably the only person. In fact, he says this on numerous occasions that we have record of, that she was the only person that could describe in great detail what he was trying to do. That when she passed away, it devastated him not only for the personal loss, but also the professional cost of losing someone that could communicate to other people the vision of what the analytical engine, which is what would have been the first computer, was capable of doing. The impact it would have on society and on culture and on science and all these other impacts that she could imagine, that Babbage had envisioned, and then things that he hadn't even envisioned. So her death was devastating. One of the reasons why she was so good at describing things is that she was the daughter of Lord Byron, the famous poet, the famous bad boy rock star poet of the era. And her mother had raised her to be the opposite of Byron, and largely failed. But she had trained her, she had spent a fortune bringing in math tutors and science tutors to educate her. And she really sunk herself into the pursuit of mathematics, and was really quite brilliant at it. And then found herself being pulled into sort of conventional expectations to marry and to settle down. And she couldn't fit into those conventions either. She struggled at that. There's a point in the poem too where it mentions like a lost horse whinnying in the street or something to that effect. That's actually a nod towards rumors that one of the problems that Ada Lovelace had was a perpetual gambling problem, and that some speculated her interest in working with Babbage on the analytical engine was partly in an effort to come up with a way to accurately predict horse races. So that's kind of crept into the lore around Ada and Charles Babbage. But yeah. Anyways, that's a little behind the poem. So, and then I guess I owe our newcomer, let's see, a shout out here. Try goodness. See if you have any clips.
What the? Oh, 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 oh.
What is that?
Oh, there are 3 of them.
Okay, now I'm curious. What was that you were playing in that clip?
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Pacific. I was going to say it looks like Pacific Drive, which I've been. It's on my wish list. I haven't gotten around to buying it, but it's like thinking, is that Pacific Drive? Survival and like driving across country. Yeah, it looked really spooky. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's too spooky for me. Definitely recommend? Okay. We'll figure out how to get there. There's a lot of games that are on my wish list that I'm holding off on because I'm supposed to be working on my degree. I have classes starting up again in a couple weeks. I'm back in school doing a master's in library and information science, so. But yeah, I was mentioning earlier that I'm taking a Python class this summer, and of course I started teaching myself Python earlier this summer, which wouldn't necessarily mean that the class is not going to be useful, but I am a former computer games programmer with an undergraduate degree in computer science, so even though Python's a new language to me, I have a lot of experience in programming. And I think the point of this particular Python class is supposed to be an intro to programming using Python. So I could have been the TA for the class with a little bit more experience. Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, I have made a concerted effort to avoid playing Baldur's Gate 3 because I will never finish my degree if I did start playing it. Ah! Stupid. Accidentally picked it up instead of... I think the reason why some people struggle to learn programming has a lot more to do with how it's taught. I think if you're taught programming as a means to an end, i.e. you're programming to solve a problem or to accomplish a task that you have decided upon because you find it interesting. So, like, anytime I have a project, you know, if I'm learning a new language, I'll give myself projects, things to build. Then along the way, I have to teach myself how to do things. Whew, sorry. The yawns have started already. I put it next to the cooking spot. That wasn't helpful. Okay. How are we doing cooking wise? Leah moves slowly forward. Would probably move faster if I did more teas. Actually, I could just stack them up here, right? Look at me. So we take more of these. Oops.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, I grabbed an extra knife, which I don't need. Okay. Got these guys. These guys are all cured. $463.95. So these will be done overnight. These guys are cured already.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Two 53 and 5 versus 40, 5 and 3. One. It's so close. I mean, I don't know if it's worth the effort to make them. Okay, what do we want to do? Do we have enough? 3. We need one more maple sapling. Hey, I guess we could take a look and see if there's a moose. I don't recall seeing any moose markings, though. What are we gonna do here? Nope, no sign of the moose. No moose. Well, we didn't get off the mountain yet. Guess I'll have to wait until next time. The moose is loose, but not here. But we are getting up to the end of my stream time, so I think the set from the mountain is going to wait. But we did get our second bow, and we did make some arrows, and a lot of arrow shafts. And we made some rabbit hat, and yeah, so we're looking pretty solid here. So all that's left really is to make that wolf coat. Totally extra, totally unneeded, unnecessary. Okay, do we need... We don't need that many. We just need 2. Reduce that a little bit. Okay. think we need one more wolf hide. I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. We need to find one more wolf. Then we can make our holy relic. It will be a wolf coat made out of extinct wolves, since there are no wolves in the realm. Travois is 1 deer hide, 2 guts. But we need 1 more maple sapling. So we don't really need much. Okay, so yeah, let's see here. Anything we need to do? Yep. It's legendary gear when we make it, since there are no wolves in the world. Well, we haven't checked for timber wolves. There might be timber wolves in the world. Okay. Okay. We're now officially on day 23. So we made it 4 days. We're gonna wrap up here. Just add our information here. We're on 23. But yeah, it's time for me to head on out. So we're going to go find someone to raid. Who do we want to bring over here? Someone's heading to Blackrock. Let's see here what this one's about. Okay. Newer streamer. Jester IRL. Going to Blackrock. Hey, thanks for the follow, Chocolate Gameplay. Chocolate Cat Gameplay. Well, there's a good name. Okay, so we're gonna pop over here to Jester IRL, who I have not visited before, so we're gonna support their playthrough of The Long Dark. If you want to join in, we'll hang out for a bit. I'll try not to fall asleep right away. But anyways, we'll take care. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for the raids. I do appreciate the follows from Chocolate Cat Gameplay, and appreciate the raid from Dragonus and from Tina Bug. Yeah, and everyone else that came in. Thank you for the redeems. We'll see you all soon. We'll head on over. Take care, and should be back tomorrow night.